Tonight on WTOP-10 Nightly News, an interview with the brains behind the Hewitt Film Festival.
Warmer weather is finally here, but when will all this rain go away? Stick around, I'll let you know in just a bit.
Plus, Oswego County legislator holds a key meeting tonight.
WTOP-10 Nightly News starts now. Good evening and thank you for joining us. I'm Owen Miles.
And I'm Eliza Hopkins.
Oswego County's Public Safety Committee is holding a hearing regarding a law that looks to establish a registry for animal abusers. The registry would be maintained by the Sheriff's Office and would include anyone convicted of certain charges relating to animal abuse. This would include things such as animal torture and animal fighting. People who abandon their animal would also be included in the registry.
They would be required to update the registry at least once a year. Those who have committed any animal abuse crimes would be placed on this registry for 15 years. Those who are on the registry would not be able to own an animal, and animal shelters and others would not be able to sell or transfer ownership to anyone on this registry.
Frustration toward the Fulton City Council is growing after recent decisions related to usage of the city's budget. The tension is being fueled by decisions to increase the salaries of several city employees, with the budget instead going towards improving public parks. One resident, Mrs. Rogers, got into a heated discussion with a counselor, showing just how upset the residents are at the council's budget decisions. Well, with the surprise return of snow, we're finally getting those warmer temperatures.
Yes, we are, and we are going to learn more from our Storm Team 10 meteorologist, Ryan Murphy.
And thank you guys. I'm here outside the swim house. Let me tell you something, it is absolutely beautiful out. It's been in the 60s all day, though we are going to get a little rain tonight and same thing with tomorrow, but that's not much of a concern because we're going to have temperatures in the 60s next week. It's going to feel like spring finally, or what I call ideal golf weather. Now, I was lucky enough to hit the course today. How I shot is not important. It's a spring, it's the first time back. Everybody's rusty, right? So if you're going to do something like that, next week is your time to do that. Now, I'll give you a little bit more about next week and how the weather's going to be in just a little bit. First, back to you guys at the desk.
Thanks, Ryan. The town of Cicero has declared a state of emergency. The town ordered a no unnecessary traffic on Beach Road, which runs along Lake Oneida. Town advisor Rob Santucci announced that the state of emergency will stay in effect until Monday morning at 6 a.m. Cicero police officers will be patrolling the area and issuing tickets to anyone on the road who doesn't live on it. This week has been SUNY Oswego's 2006 Engineering Week, with different events being featured each day, connecting students with opportunities and career pathways. Today was the Women in Engineering panel discussion being sponsored by Constellation, featuring prominent female engineers and computer scientists who work at local industries. The panelists included Hannah O'Brien, Carolyn Kidwell, Kristen Printup, and Denise Wolonak.
The United States Postal Service has announced the suspension of pension contributions in order to make payroll. The Postal Board explains that the decision was made to preserve as much cash as possible due to the ongoing severe financial crisis. The board says recent retirees and employees planning to retire should not be affected, but payments may be deferred to later times.
For spring and summer athletes, Oswego and its long-lasting wintry weather can be a pain to deal with. But one man has come up with a plan for their new complex to change all of that. WTOP-10's Rob Finger was on the scene to discover more about this new indoor sporting paradise.
In the town of Scriba, just east of the city of Oswego, plans have been drawn up for an indoor sports complex that could change the face of Oswego County athletics. Rich Burrett, owner of Burrett Motors and 2 dealerships on Route 104, has been a lifelong sports fan and wants to give back to his community.
You know, I grew up in this community. I played sports my whole life, still do. We have a sports community complex that we have in Syracuse that's really, and we see the impact that it's having to the kids, to the community, and to the parents. So what we're developing is a place for the community and larger to come to.
The complex, situated near the intersection of Dutch Ridge Road and Interstate 481, would feature amenities such as a full-size soccer and lacrosse field, 2 basketball courts, several pickleball courts, and even golf simulators and batting cages. But with its location near Dutch Ridge Road and the busy 481, locals at the town meeting expressed some concerns with traffic and safety.
My biggest concern is, one, the traffic.
481 in Dutch Ridge is the most dangerous intersection in town.
Others, meanwhile, were hopeful for a project like this.
We're excited to have a place where these kids can, be fit, mentally and physically, and it's going to be really nice in the winter to have a place where, we could be dry and not freezing.
But for Rich Burrett, it all circles back to the kids.
We're really working and going to be taking their kids' lives and hopefully changing them to the better. So hopefully these people will see this as a good investment in their kids' future, and we're happy to be part of that.
From the town of Scriba, Rob Finger, WTOP-10.
Though it is still in the planning and approval stage, Burrett hopes to have the complex up and running by November of this year.
If you want to learn more about gardening, this might be a good opportunity. The permaculture garden outside of Shinneman Hall is open to the public every Friday from 1 to 3 p.m. for the rest of the semester, including during finals week. The events also count as volunteer hours for some majors, and the garden gives people a relaxing place to take a break from studying. A custodian at John F. Kennedy Middle School has been arrested for making sexual advantage as a minor. 45-year-old Abdiwab Mohammed was charged with misdemeanor for endangering the welfare of a child, a 13-year-old girl. Mohammed was determined to have made unlawful advances toward the 13-year-old and has been transported to Oswego County Jail. He currently awaits trial.
National Public Health Week is currently going underway across the country.
With more on Health Week here in Oswego is WTOP-10 reporter Alexis Jimenez.
Thanks, Owen and Eliza. Oswego County's Health Department's Public Health Week is currently going on, and I'm standing outside the Health Department's headquarters to learn more about some of the programs they're hosting this week and how they're meant to save lives. Throughout this week, the Health Department has been conducting a variety of programs, from lessons on poison control to Narcan training. Today, the Health Department held a Building Brain Healthy Habits seminar in collaboration with the Alzheimer's Association. In a statement, the Oswego County Health Department said, "We celebrate public health. Public health is more than just healthcare. It's the steps we take to make sure our neighborhoods and environments are free from pollution. We're all interconnected. When we all come together to support public health, all of us can achieve higher health."
Associate Public Health Educator Diane Oldenburg told me what Public Health Week means to the community here in Oswego.
Public Health Week gives us a chance to kind of highlight the work that our public health workforce does in the community to help keep our communities safe and try to promote those healthy behaviors, access to food, access to healthcare screening, how to be more physically active in safe spaces in your communities.
Beside this whole week of events, the Oswego County Health Department is also teaming up with the YMCA to host Healthy Kids Day, focused on promoting fitness to kids. The event is free and takes place Saturday, April 18th from 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. at the Oswego YMCA. Health officials say that these programs are just one small step into building a safer and healthier community for everyone in Oswego. For WTOP-10 News, I'm Alexis Jimenez, Oswego County.
Thanks, Alexis. Earlier today, students had the opportunity to join the Economics and Analytics Luncheon hosted by Career Services. This luncheon had guest speaker Michael Brisson, Director of Economic Research at Moody's Analytics. Brisson leads research and analysis for consumer credit and automotive markets. He has also been featured in major media outlets including CNBC and the Wall Street Journal.
Oswego's Own Improv is putting on the first ever Comedy Summit. Oswego's Own Improv, along with members from RIT Improv, D3 Improv Troupe, and Sheer Idiocy Improv, will be putting on a convention-style event that teaches all types of comedy. The show will be 2 hours long, and beforehand there will be comedy seminars. The show will be put on to celebrate the formation of a statewide collegiate comedy troupe. Well, gas prices have risen 40% since the start of the conflict with
Iran at the end of February. With the new ceasefire announcement, gas and oil prices are changing. Our reporter Gianna Cowell has more on the story.
In Oswego, gas prices vary from $4.09 to $3.99, to the cheapest being S&K Fuels at $3.85 and the most expensive being Fast Tracked at $4.14. Going forward, gas prices will continue to vary, only going down about 10 to 20 cents and continuously going up as long as there is a problem with the ceasefire between Iran and the U.S. Even with the ceasefire, that is only a 2-week duration of gas prices potentially going down, and who knows what will happen going forward. On March 10th of 2026, Kevin Walker, an employee at Fast Track, predicted that gas would be over $4 within the next 6 months. Little did he know that within the next 3 weeks, gas would be over $4.
Definitely say I expect things to get definitely worse. There's lukewarm attempts at safeguarding consumer prices during the Obama administration, and that was like those prices were worse then, and still there was very little done.
Reports say the national average of gas is $4 and the highest state average is California at $5.93. We will have more updates to come.
Protesters gathered in Times Square to protest the ongoing war in Iran. Protesters flooded the streets holding signs and chanting demands to end the war. The title of the protest is Hands Off Iran. And protesters say that a 2-week ceasefire deal isn't enough. They deemed April 9th the National Day of Action, and cities such as Rochester and Philadelphia are also holding protests.
Tonight at 7 p.m., the art department hosted Joshua Rashad McFadden, a visual artist and Rochester Institute of Technology photography professor. He uses portraiture and archival imagery to explore themes in identity, masculinity, history, race, and sexuality. His work has been featured in the New York Times, the New York Time Magazine, National Geographic, the Wall Street Journal, and the Washington Post.
Still ahead tonight, a sit-down with the co-founders of the Hewitt Film Fest.
Warmer temperatures are here, but will they last? Stick around, I'll let you know right after the break here on WTOP-10 Nightly News.
Do you like reading? Do you like reading books? Do you like looking at books? Do you like having a collection of books in your living room?
Now, before we get into the nitty-gritty, spoiler alert! Okay, Laura, why did I write this in yellow? I told you! Welcome back between the pages!
Good evening and welcome to Jeopardy! I am your host, Joe.
Hello, Simon.
Joe is at this place. And I'm very concerned to see what Piper's answer is here. Sorry, it's a 98-page rule book.
You guys are stumped still?
Joe, I'm gonna sound like a little snob here. It was not founded by Ray Kroc.
Welcome back, everybody. Season 2 of Oswego Lazo.
And welcome back to WTOP-10. I'm Storm Team 10 meteorologist Ryan Murphy with your local weather forecast. Now we're going to start off here with our song of the night, Photographed by Def Leppard, because if you went outside today, man, you're going to want to take a picture of that. It was beautiful out. Temperatures in the 60s, the sun was out. Now you don't really have to take a picture of it because it is going to stay pretty warm throughout the week. I'll let you know all about that in just a second here. Now looking here at our live satellite radar, you can see there's a couple showers that we had a little bit earlier. Those are finally moving their way on out. Getting out of our area, though, we do have a little bit of a chance for some rain tonight. But look at this, 58 degrees out. I haven't seen that in a long time, especially at this hour. It is beautiful out. It's been like that all day. I mean, it's really fantastic. Well, the Masters this weekend over in the Augusta golf course, and if you got money on it like I do, these golfers have no excuse. Look at this, 80 degrees, 86 on Sunday there, sunny. All right, Scotty Schefter, you better get it together there. I got a little bit of money on you, so no excuses there for the weather. But we have a little bit of an excuse here. Tomorrow morning, it'll be pretty cloudy and wake up, but some rain showers are going to move on in. It'll cool down a little bit there, down to 48 degrees. But fear not, those temperatures, or those the rain will move on out into early Saturday morning. We wake up. It won't be cloudy or anything. The sun will be out. However, it will be kind of cold, 39 degrees, and it's going to be like that throughout the day with temperatures kind of fluctuating between the 40s and 50s, or 40s and 30s, I should say. But now that it is much warmer out, it is time to finally go fishing. Now, if you went fishing today, you probably had, caught a fish or two. It was pretty good conditions for that. Tomorrow's probably not your day with the rain and everything, and the lake's supposed to be pretty wavy, so don't do that. But Saturday, Sunday, go for it. You got good chances. Of Monday, yeah, I wouldn't go out there and go do that. Now, as for tonight, we might get a couple rain showers here or there, but it will cool down to 43 degrees. But keep this in mind, it is going to get pretty windy, so get anything out, make sure you have that strapped down. And as for tomorrow, you'll get those quick showers there at 2 o'clock, and it'll warm up to a nice 57 degrees. Now looking here at our extended forecast, look at that. You got temperatures in the 60s on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And it's super nice. I'm really looking forward to all these temperatures. That's all I got for my full forecast. Back to you guys at the desk.
Thank you, Ryan.
This Friday in Hewitt Hall Ballroom, the inaugural Hewitt Film Festival is being held. To tell us more about this is Isabel Mulhern, president of the Women in Entertainment Club, and Sean Campbell, president of the Film Club.
Well, thank you guys so much for being here tonight. We just had a few questions. So what exactly inspired you guys to come together and make this event possible?
Well, honestly, he was the first person I ever worked with. And we've had this idea for probably like 2 years.
Yeah, 2 years.
And he happened to be elected as the president of Film Club when I got elected to be the president of Women in Entertainment. So it just made sense. So we decided to collaborate, and yeah.
Absolutely. Isabel was always someone that I could count on, and I wanted to repay the favor. We wanted to collaborate and create something really special.
That is absolutely fantastic. We can't wait for it. So what are some opportunities that some students might, have from submitting to this film festival?
Well, we have a pretty good selection of prizes this year. We have a Canon R50 donated by Canon. We were able to get a Kodak camera from the donations we received. We have 2 free copies of Final Draft, and we have we have 2 free passes to the Lake Placid Film Festival, along with movie-sized posters.
Yeah. And not only can students submit their films to the Hewitt Film Festival, but they could take their films and submit it to a bunch of different festivals all over New York.
Yeah, it's for publicity, networking, and collaboration, honestly.
That's wonderful. So you said that Canon donated a camera as a prize. Who else is sponsoring or helping you put this event on?
So, you guys are helping. There's a lot of people just doing publicity work for us, which we're very fortunate for. My friend Jose Vasquez, his local movie theater, donated the posters. We also have Rich and Poor, who was generous enough to let us have our own drink there, and they've been helping us with advertisements. I'm trying to think off the top of my head. I don't want to leave anybody out, but there's been so many people and so many companies that have been so willing to help us, and we're just so fortunate. And they'll all be we'll call them all out and we'll shout them out at the festival.
And now we have time for one more question. What does it feel like to be part of the very first film festival, this historical event? I'll let you start.
Well, I'm honored, to be honest with you. When me and Isabel first talked about creating the Hewitt Film Festival, we really wanted it to make an impact, and we definitely don't want this to be the first one. Even though I'm graduating, I would love to look back as an alumni and see it continue and move on.
Yeah, I mean, aside from the prizes, I think it's a great opportunity for everyone to get together and start working.
Absolutely. Well, coming up after the break, yesterday, Oswego State women's lacrosse took on Buffalo State, and the Syracuse Crunch hosted the Rochester Americans. We will be breaking down the games, so stay here on WTOP-10.
If it's hockey, it's on Hockey Talk.
The hockey gods will bless me again with another victory.
Join Rob Finger and his panel of guests.
Rangers are going to beat them simply because vibes.
Vibes.
You are winning this on vibes?
That's a solid argument. As they take you through the hockey world.
We welcome you with open arms.
Tune into Hockey Talk, only on WTOP.
I had to eat a raw egg on Chris's dormitory floor.
I currently don't have any federal pending charges.
You know what you never did? You never walked to Walmart, Chris.
That's my co-host. This is for making me eat roast Pop-Tarts.
It's showtime, Chris. Come on.
I want to be on the air for that. I got a couple things to say.
No. Spin the wheel. But you got censorship.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to...
Welcome to WTOP-10 Sports. I'm Braden Peters, and there was a lot of local sports action that went on yesterday, so let's get to it. Oswego State softball, start off actually with Oswego State lacrosse. They took on Buff State at home to start things off. Both teams going in with 8 wins, really trying to get some conference wins, and to start things off for the scoring was Alexis Hill. 40th goal on the season, continuing one of her hottest seasons of her career. But Buff State decided to respond, as coming in was Kaylee Cadez to tie things up early in the first quarter, but it was a runaway game from there, up to now 8-1. Crocet was able to bury this huge hat trick for herself and for Oswego State, extending their lead in dominant fashion, and it just didn't end there. Later on, going into the third quarter, Hill was able also to score her hat trick. She finished the day with 4 goals for her, as the season for her that's been already hot continues. And then to add on to the dominant victory, Crocet scores her 5th goal on the free position shot. So Oswego State managed to get the 17-14 win. Now moving on, Oswego State softball they're having a great start to the season, as they are currently undefeated. Lakers got to take on Alfred State earlier today in a doubleheader. Our reporter Lucas Marquez has more on that.
Unbeaten. That's how the Oswego State softball team starts their season, opening the year with a perfect 8-0 record. The Lakers continue to build momentum, improving to 2-0 in SUNYAC play, while winning all of their games so far this season. Today, Oswego State added 2 more wins to their record, destroying Alfred State College in a home doubleheader. continuing their strong start. Head coach Grace Van Horn says about the feeling of those wins.
It feels really good. We've been putting in a lot of hard work. We've been showing up and having intention with every rep that we take instead of showing on field.
The Lakers have shown consistency early, winning both at home and on the road, with a 4-0 record at home and a 4-0 record away. And while the start has been perfect, the test is just beginning. Oswego State is set to play 8 games in just 4 days, with a doubleheader each day in one of the most demanding stretches of the entire season. 6 of those games will be played at home, giving the Lakers a chance to defend their field, while 4 of them will count towards SUNY extending. But the expectations are good. Outfield Kira Wright says about her feeling for the rest of the season.
We expect to win. We expect to keep doing what we're doing, and we're just really excited.
With a perfect record, an 8-win streak, a tough schedule ahead, the Lakers look to stay on fire, proving they can handle the pressure of conference play. I'm Lucas Marquez, reporting for WTOP-10. Now back to the desk.
The Lakers will host Plattsburgh State next on Saturday for a doubleheader, and first pitch is at 12 p.m. Now switching over onto some colder sports with some AHL action. The Rochester Americans on the road against the Syracuse Crunch. Rochester looking to secure a playoff spot in the North Division. Syracuse got off to a very hot start thanks to Matthew Pekka burying the wrist shot that trickled by Devin Levi early in the first period. Syracuse goes up 1-0. But Rochester decides later on in the frame to respond as a huge goal from Olivier Nadeau, as he was able to tie it up, getting it by Brandon Halverson, but it was not done yet in the first frame. Well, the second frame, Nadeau picks up another one on the loose puck. Second of the game for him, ends the day with 2 points. But Syracuse comes in and responds and start the third period as Jared Tenorti scored his second goal of the year in his 500th career game as they tied it back up at 2. But however, later in the third period for the Rochester Americans, it was Christopher Douglas managing to get this feed back and was scoring his first goal of the season, giving the Amherst the win 3-2 to help them be able to get closer to securing a playoff spot, as right now they haven't just yet. But for Syracuse, they're doing just fine. Looking at the standings again, Rochester still looking to secure a spot. They just need to add a couple more points to be able to secure the 5th seed, so they'll be able to play within the first series of the playoffs. And that'll be it for my sports report. Stay tuned for the Pet of the Week after the break.
$50. You better watch out. He's got to swat you like a bug.
I'm scared of Joe with a bat.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me show you, because your team is a Philly. You don't know how to score, right?
Yeah. Oh, God.
Ready?
Yeah.
Oh, just like that.
That's actually let me show you the Bronx Bomber way of doing it. Ready? Ready? I swear to God. Oh my Everyone. All right, put the bat down. All right, this number's like
You're right.
Sorry.
Welcome back to Pet of the Week, and this week's Pet of the Week is Frankie.
Frankie is a Chihuahua Yorkie mix, and he is celebrating his 3rd birthday next week. He is expected to get lots of treats.
His favorite hobbies are cuddling, playing with his toys, and going on the boat with his sailor hat on.
You're most likely to find Frankie cuddled in the blankets, barking out the window at nothing, and climbing over the nearest person with snacks.
That is our report for tonight. Thanks for watching.